Hi there, Visionary family, and welcome back to another one with Lady Visionary. Hope you're doing amazing. It's a beautiful day today. I mean, the sun is not too hot, but Kigali has been hot. It's been nice. It's been a nice day today. I'm chilling out in the garden, and I thought I'll come and speak to my supporters. So if you've been with me for a while, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. But if you're new and you don't know who I am, I'm Lady Visionary, relocated from the UK, and now I'm living in Rwanda. Not just living in Rwanda, but actually choosing to invest here and build a legacy with my family. So that's me in a nutshell. If you're new and you want to find out more about myself and what I'm doing, just go ahead and check out my videos. I recently launched the Twin Lakes Recreational Island project, which is a project I've been working on behind the scenes. So working on building behind the scenes, and I put together with my husband a glamp site. So it's not just your usual camping. It is more of a rustic luxury experience where we also have a farm. So you can visit our farm, visit our cows and all our other animals, and you can get involved in the milking experience where you basically learn how to milk a Rwandan cow. So far, the project has been well received. A lot of people have loved the experience of trying to milk a cow. A lot of people have thought it would be so easy, like it would be a breeze, but has kind of proved to be a little bit more challenging. But yeah, so I finally launched my business, which you can go and check it out on my YouTube channel if you don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, like I've been able to achieve that in a year, and it feels really amazing. Although with all businesses, when you start out, things can be a bit slow. So yeah, we're sort of working with that, and we are just pushing through and hoping for the best, because I think Rwanda has seen like the lockdown and a lot of restrictions that impacted tourism quite significantly. And I think now people are starting to, business are starting to see a bit of recovery. We're starting to get guests again. And quite a lot of people are finding Rwanda to be a very attractive destination. The people are friendly, the place is clean, good leadership, safety, the gorillas. People come here to see the gorillas. For the foreigners, it's $1,500, by the way. So people do come and see the gorillas. So that Rwanda makes a lot of money from people visiting the gorillas. We also have some really beautiful lakes in Rwanda. One of the lakes where I'm based, or where I'm located, or my company's located, that is Lake Burera, one of the twin lakes. Absolutely stunning, so beautiful. And yeah, so Rwanda's seen a bit of a bounce back, which is really great to see. A lot more people coming to Rwanda. I know recently a lot of the restrictions have been lifted, so there's no longer a requirement for people coming into Rwanda for you to have, a COVID test prior to arrival. But also one of the requirements was that you would have to retest at the airport when you land. So it was proven to be quite costly and all of that. So people weren't really choosing to be here in Rwanda for those reasons. But things have changed and those restrictions have been lifted. And I know a lot of people, a lot of you out there have been jumping for absolute joy. And also myself, I've been jumping for joy. Don't get me wrong. I have been jumping for joy that these restrictions have been lifted, and bringing the cost down of traveling. And I guess more of you will feel more comfortable visiting Rwanda. But yeah, I mean, there are so many people here. Like the planes coming to Rwanda and leaving Rwanda are full. You'd be surprised, like if you can get a ticket out these days, because yeah, a lot of people are choosing to come to Rwanda. And now anyway, we're in high season, we're in high peak. So this is a period where a lot of tourists are coming to Rwanda. A lot of people are visiting Rwanda. So it is expected. It is expected. Just before we go into the live, I just want to say again, thank you so much. Make sure you smash on the like button, just to give me some support, give me some more exposure here on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe again if you're new. Make sure if you have been following me for a while, you love the channel, make sure you get one of your family members or friend to also subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. My birthday is, I really want to announce this. My birthday is, I'm a September baby. My birthday is on September the 18th, right? My mom gave birth to me on September the 18th. I won't say the year. I was about to say the year, but I'm not going to say the year. I'm aiming to achieve 8,000 subscribers. So we're not very far from 8,000 subscribers, but that would be a big goal for me for my birthday, that we achieve 8,000 subscribers on the channel. So I'm hoping just over a month, we could potentially achieve that goal, and it would be a great birthday gift for me. So yeah, so that's why I'm asking you guys out there to just get your family and friends to subscribe to the channel, learn more about Lady Visionary and what I'm doing here in Rwanda. I'd really appreciate that. So if you're not following me over on Instagram, make sure you go ahead and follow me over on Instagram. I'm there as Lady_Visionary. I also have my business Instagram, which is Twin Lakes Recreational Island. And if you want to book a stay with us at the island, then I will leave the details in the description bar. But you can also email me at projecthealtha@gmail.com, and the email is right there on your screen. For those of you who have been trying to reach me and has not been successful, you can reach me at the email on the screen. I believe Davin was trying to book a stay. I'm not sure whether that was for Kigali or that was for the lake, but you can email me directly, projecthealtha@gmail.com, and I do in general try to respond to my emails within 24 hours. So yeah, do reach out to me. We have Malachi in the building, Malachi Mohammed. Thank you so much. I know you've been an ongoing supporter of mine, and I really appreciate you for, your ongoing love and support. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm not here for too long, so let me just get into this topic. I thought it would be a nice one because I get asked this question quite a lot. People coming into Rwanda, or those from the diaspora who are thinking about where they would like to live in Rwanda. They ask, how is Musanze in comparison to Kigali? And I know a lot of the diaspora tend to be concentrated in Kigali. We had our diaspora meetup or meet and greet yesterday. We had a good turnout where we had a bring and share. So people came to the event and bought food and drinks and things like that. We just sat down, talked, and shared. I felt it was a good opportunity for people who are in Kigali, or people who are here. Maybe you've been here for a while. Maybe you're just visiting. Maybe you've established yourself. That we could all meet in a space and just share, because there'll be a lot of questions that people have, and I kind of like it when people are able to broaden their horizon and not just rely on the information that I've given them, because that's probably one-sided. And then you can hear from different people's experiences and perspectives, and that will kind of help you to shape or form your individual journeys. So, the meetup is really a space for us to connect and build, and I've met some wonderful, wonderful people through these sort of meetups that I've been doing, which is great. And the feedback I'm getting is that people really appreciate them as well, and is able to gather a lot of information that will be useful, as I said, for their individual journey. So that's really great, because I want it to be something that is productive. I want the meetups to be productive, and as I said, it has been well received, and people are giving positive feedback as we continue. It continues to take shape. I'm really, really happy about that. Yeah. So people who have been here for a while, people who are just visiting and trying to decide, do I go left or do I go right? What's everybody else's journey been like? And what can I learn? What mistakes can I avoid? And who are the right people to connect with on this journey? Because a lot of us are making quite significant life changes. We're leaving everything in the West. We're leaving everything in Europe, in the Americas, and rebuilding our lives here on the continent. And it can be quite a daunting. We know that it's something that needs to be done. Like, you may know that this is something that needs to be done. I need to do this for me, for my family, for our health, for our legacy. But again, it can be a little bit of a scary experience, kind of walking into the unknown, finding out information to help you navigate your way, wanting it to be successful. So as I said, the meet and greet events that I do, helps people to gather together, network, talk to each other, share ideas that will allow them to hopefully have a successful transition. Some people are just coming to visit for a period of time where they're able to connect with people in their industry, able to just find out information again that will help them on their way. And I believe it's very important not just to run with one person's perspective, one person's experience, one person's opinion, but rather collecting, like having a collection of views and opinions that would really give you kind of an overview of what it's been like for the diaspora here and what things may look like for yourself. So thank you so much for being here. Make sure you smash the like button if you're in the room. Let me know where you're listening in from. I'd really appreciate that. Let me know where you're listening in from. Make sure you've smashed that like button. If you're coming to Kigali, do reach out to me. I do have an Airbnb property right here in Kigali, Kiyovu, which is right next to the presidential residence here in Kiyovu, right next to Sheba Hotel. So you can reach out to me. You can book your stay on Airbnb, and I can also help you navigate your way here and there, and connecting you with other diasporans who are already here. And if you want to come to Lake Burera and experience rustic luxury in nature on the lake, then you can also book that, because we're also on Airbnb as well. You can book that experience. So far, the feedback has been phenomenal. If you want to celebrate your birthday on the island, if you want to just come for the day and have lunch, and or come with a group of people, if you want to camp and have self barbecue, we can definitely make all the arrangements for you to have a wonderful, wonderful time. I'm seeing more of you in the building. Thank you so much for being here. Smash the like button. Please do smash the like button. So just going back, we have more of you. As I was saying, that a lot of the diaspora tends to be collated or in Kigali, and I've said this on my channel, and I've said it time and time again. Rwanda is not just Kigali. So not that I just want you, because maybe some people think, oh, Lady Visionary wants us to venture down to the north because she's there and she has her business there and she's trying to make her money, so she's promoting her place. But actually, you don't even have to come to the north where I am. You can visit other parts such as Lake Muhazi, which is also beautiful. Kibuye. You've also got Gisenyi as well. You've got the Twin Lakes where I am. So that's Lake Burera and Ruhondo. So I think, visiting different parts of Rwanda helps you to get like an overview, a really big overview, or a more holistic view of Rwanda and how the different parts compare. And then it will help you to, I guess, be able to decide where you want to be positioned. And, maybe perhaps this will be your base, the particular area of Rwanda will be your base. but actually, you know, I love the north where, you know, the lakes are, and, you know, I'd love to visit it maybe every week or every month or something like that. So, and then, you know, you get to also meet different people in the region and find out what they're doing. So I think it's really great that for you to just venture outside of Kigali and learn a bit more about Rwanda, and knowing that Rwanda is not just Kigali, right? There's lots of other beautiful areas that, like I've mentioned just a moment ago, that you will just make you, which, yeah, this will make you fall in love with Rwanda even more. Like, my goodness, like I said this previously on the channel, that just when I thought that, you know, Rwanda was beautiful enough, or, you know, I visited Kibuye for the first time and absolutely fell in love. So what I'm going to do, or yeah, what I'm going to do, I think I'll start organizing some group trips, from Kigali to Musanze, Kigali to the lakes, Kigali to Gisenyi, Kigali to Kibuye. So if anybody's interested to do those group trips, like I think four people at a time, then we could definitely do that. So it just gives people an opportunity to visit other parts of Rwanda, as I said, as opposed to just Kigali. So do look out for that on my community tab, where I'll announce the dates when we're organizing those group trips. You can also reach out to me, given your preference of where you would like to visit. If you've got a group of 4 people, we can definitely make that happen. So it will be small groups of about 4 people at a given time. So as I was saying previously, so many people, when they reach out to me, when they come and visit, you know, they know of Kigali city. You know, they've seen a lot of videos and a lot of pictures of what Kigali looks like. And so when they come, they feel like, oh my God, I already like really know Kigali. So they want to know, like, because some people don't want to live in the city, they want to know about other areas. So they'll ask me about Burera, which is the region where, or the area where they're building the new international airport, by the way. And a lot of people have flocked around to invest in that area because of the airport. So there's a lot of potential for business and opportunity. So a lot of people have chosen to invest in that area, although it's an area that, you know, lacks infrastructure. And I definitely believe, and because there's a plan for the area, I definitely believe that once the airport is finished, many people will start to build. People have started building, sort of preparing in time for the airport. Some people have completed their projects and have some wonderful projects there, but it still lacks infrastructure. But it's a very nice area, and has a lot of potential, as I said previously. But anyway, let me just come back, because I feel like I'm going off and coming back. So this live is just to kind of compare Musanze, because many of you know that when I came to Rwanda, I was just specifically based in the north, specifically based in Musanze, and you would see me kind of commuting from Musanze to the Lake Burera specifically, as I was working on my project at the lake, and trying to sort of build that behind the scenes before I eventually launched on July 13th, and you all were able to follow that journey and see just what I've been able to achieve in a year of being in Rwanda. So Musanze is the second city. So you have Kigali, and then you have Musanze. And, you know, people generally ask, how do they compare? So Kigali tends to be a lot warmer, whereas Musanze is on a higher altitude, so it's a little bit more cold, and yes, it's a little bit more chilled. And, you know, a lot of people, I think, coming from the diaspora would benefit from a little fireplace. but not all the properties there have fireplaces. A couple of properties have fireplaces, but if you were building your own home, then you would want to include a fireplace, an indoor fireplace, because it can get a little bit chilly in the evening. So you may need to wear like a cardigan, like a light cardigan, just so you don't get cold. But in Kigali, you tend to not need a cardigan unless like you're wearing your long sleeves, trying to prevent like your mosquitoes from attacking your arms and legs. So maybe you wear like long sleeves and stuff to kind of cover up, or long trousers. So that's like the different in weather that I'm discussing here. So yes, it's a lot cooler, can get a little bit cold in Musanze, where you need like a jumper or maybe even a jacket to keep you warm. You can see from Kigali that Kigali has a lot of infrastructure. There's been a lot of investment. So even if you look at the report from the Rwanda Development Board, you can see that there's been a lot of investment. They have like a little pie chart on areas of investments. And there's been a lot of investments in infrastructure and real estate, especially in Kigali, in the city, right? Whereas there hasn't been as much investment in Musanze with regards to like infrastructure and real estate. But as I said, just mentioned that Kigali is the first city and the second city is Musanze. Musanze is about 2.5 hours drive from Kigali as well. Here in Kigali, we have a lot more options in terms of education and health facilities, and then just a lot more, I guess, resources than we do in Musanze. In Kigali, we have a lot more markets, we have a lot more supermarkets, outdoor markets. The population is bigger as well in Kigali in comparison to Musanze. And you may find that maybe there are some things that you can't find in Musanze that you'll be able to find in Kigali. So we find that some of the diaspora who are living in Musanze, they may come down to Kigali to access things such as healthcare. But we do have hospitals in Musanze. But yeah, people like the type of services that the diaspora need. It seems that they're tending to travel back to Kigali to get the attention that they need, the medical attention that they need, and then they will come back to Musanze. So they may just go for the day and then come back in the evening. So yeah, Kigali, as I said, has a lot more resources than Musanze, but Musanze actually has really kind of transformed in the last 2-3 years. There's a lot more developments that are happening in Musanze. More investors are coming in, people are building more properties, real estate, and so on. But I quite like Musanze because, you know, Musanze is fairly quiet. As I mentioned earlier, we have the population is less than Kigali. You know, at about 6 o'clock in the evening in Kigali, you can find that, you know, the traffic starts to build up as people are traveling from work and so on. But I never really experienced traffic jams, or, you know, yeah, I never really experienced traffic jams in Musanze. So I quite like that. I feel like, you know, Kigali is becoming quite congested with people. And if you look at I think the master plan for Kigali and the predictions of Kigali, the population is expected to, you know, there's a rapid growth in terms of population in Kigali. So there's been that prediction, but I also think that there wasn't that consideration. It was quite unpredictable, as COVID has been, and so many other things, such as the war between Ukraine and is it Russia? Yeah, Ukraine and Russia. So sort of going back. So if you look at the chart in terms of population growth over the coming years, you know, there's a rapid growth. But even with the diaspora movement to, and more people choosing to come to Rwanda, I think, you know, that prediction is a little bit off. So it's a lot higher than had been predicted. So I feel like Kigali would become like quite congested over the coming years. But again, with it will come with opportunities for a lot of people, especially Rwandans, and the young people that are here. But I'm for me, I'm kind of like a country girl. I love the country. I love to be out there in nature. Just even though Kigali is very green, by the way, and there's a lot of efforts being made to preserve the environment, the forestry, and so on. I like up north where we have a lot more greenery and, you know, a lot less people. But I believe that in the coming years, you know, we'll have more schools, because in Musanze we have less school options. You know, the medical facilities as well, we have lack of options with regards to that. But it's, as I said, like Rwanda is not a big country, so you can access services as and when you need. You may just need to travel several hours, but it's not a big country. And that's why I also encourage those of you who are coming to Rwanda to not just sit in Kigali, but also to try and explore other parts when you're here. If you're here for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you know, go up north, go south, you know, just explore and really get a feel of Rwanda and the potential opportunities that are here that you could get involved in. Yeah, another point I'd like to make is that you know, for those of you who don't know, I have been visiting Rwanda since 2014. That was my first time in Rwanda. And when I was here in Rwanda, I took on the opportunity to travel to Uganda. And that was, we won't get into that. That was quite an experience, right? That was quite an experience. So, yeah, so lost my trail of thought as I was thinking about my experience when I went to travel to Uganda. It was very, very interesting. But as I mentioned previously, that Musanze is seeing transformation. There's developments happening. More people like myself are choosing to invest in the area, Musanze. And I will encourage you guys who may be thinking, okay, well, Kigali is great, but I'd love another option outside of Kigali. I'd say just consider Musanze. Do consider Musanze. So I've been kind of temporarily assigned to Kigali, so that's why you all have seen my space change. But I will be back in the north very soon. I'll be based back in the north very, very soon. My son is supposed to be starting school. That's my eldest son. He's supposed to be starting school, so I'm very excited about that. So be very interesting, because I have been doing a bit of homeschooling with him, and yeah, things have been going well. So, but yeah, we kind of want him to be in school for that social aspect. But anyway, let's come back to my point. So as I was saying, I have been coming to Rwanda since 2014. So I've really seen the transition and how Rwanda has been developing over the years. And the more I'm here, the more I appreciate Rwanda, and also just the more respect I have for the country, in that I've seen the, you know, visible outcomes. I've seen how Rwanda is growing. I've seen how Rwanda is really trying to push forward despite the challenges that it's facing, and despite the history. They're trying to say, right, let's move forward, let's build as a country. And you know, that's very, very visible. You know, obviously Rwanda is a very strict country, which I've mentioned previously. You know, they have order and discipline, and they encourage the population to grow and to develop themselves. And there is a lot of investment happening, and you know, the government is very active in making sure that Rwanda moves forward, and it's something that I really commend, and I really yeah, I really appreciate, and I really feel great to be a part of that process and to be situated in Rwanda. However, what I have noticed over the years, my point I want to make, I'm going off on a tangent. I hope you guys are still with me here. What I have noticed from 2014 till now is that Kigali is becoming quite an expensive city to live in. So maybe, for example, you spend like $1,000 on rent each month, but in Musanze you would spend half the price. Um, Up north is where a lot of the agriculture, towards the north is where a lot of the agriculture is happening. And so you find that food prices are cheaper going up north in comparison to Kigali, because all the food is traveling from those regions into Kigali. And so the prices may double, if not triple. So yeah, the cost of living in Kigali is a lot higher than in the north, in Musanze, where I've been based all this time. So I don't know if any of you have any questions, anything you felt like I've left out. Just trying to do a couple of comparisons to try and help those of you out there who may be considering Musanze versus Kigali. What do I choose? And also, as I said earlier, there is a larger diaspora community in Kigali, and I think there's only about only a handful of us in Musanze. So, you know, if you're looking to connect on a larger scale, then you may, you know, maybe Kigali is more suited to you. But if you know, want to be out of the city in Musanze, where it's a lot more quiet, a lot more, you know, a lot less people. But, you know, as I said, you can still connect with the diaspora here in Kigali, because the journey time, 2 hours and a half, really is not that bad. So you can, you know, as I said, in the north, you have a lot less access maybe to resources, but you can always access those in those resources that you need in Kigali. Yeah. So let me know if you have any questions. I will be so happy to answer your questions. Make sure you smash the like button if you're listening in and you're finding the conversation useful. If you do want to reach out to me, please do so via projecthealtha@gmail.com. The email is on the screen, and I'll also leave the details again down below in the description box. So you can reach out to me. I do offer consultations for anybody who is interested in relocating or doing business in Rwanda. Okay, so I'm just going to take your questions right now. So do go ahead. We have Fire and Kingdom in the building. Blessings, fam. Blessings to you as well. Hope you're well. Who else do we have? We have Ruganzu Regi. Is it Reggie? Sorry, in the building. Very good advice. Cost of living in Kigali compared to elsewhere in Rwanda. Many people don't consider outside Kigali because of lack of knowledge. So yeah, so that's why I'm here, obviously, to give information and for others to go out there and explore the potentials that are out there. Because yes, I do see over the years that Kigali has become more expensive than other regions. Yeah, so it has become expensive, and it will definitely become more expensive as the years progress forward. So I can see, and then you can actually tap into that as an opportunity. You may see opportunities in that as more people are coming in and need more affordable housing and so on and so forth. So, and then obviously as more people are coming in, more investors investing in different areas, you know, those investors need to employ Rwandans. So this increases the chances of employment for Rwandans and overall has an impact on the economy and also it's Rwanda's overall GDP. Right, so yeah. So another one, can you speak about what's available shop-wise, school-wise in Kigali compared to Musanze? Are there some things that are not available in Musanze that are in Kigali? So Maybe you came in a bit late, but I was saying, yeah, in Kigali, you have a lot more supermarkets, you have a lot more markets, outdoor markets. You have a lot more options in Kigali with when it comes to shopping, as opposed to like Musanze. You may find that shops are limited with certain things that you need. So, as I said previously, like you may find that to be an issue, but at the same time, you know, Kigali Musanze is not that far, and so it may not be an issue for you to get certain things, because all your food items, to be honest, all your healthy food items anyway, um, you may have to substitute, but it's not a bad substitute, it's a good substitute. So that may be something that you have to consider. But really, it's not like, you're going to starve because you're in Musanze. No, 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 because we have everything in Musanze, really do. And as I said, a lot of our fruits and vegetables are coming from the north, the northern region to Kigali. And so the prices may double. So the food prices are a lot cheaper in comparison to Kigali. That's what I found. And then schools, like schools in Musanze, yes, you're limited. You're really, really limited. Again, you may have, like, for the diaspora, maybe like 2 or 3 schools that you could consider. But in Kigali, the options, you may have like 10 different schools that you can choose from. So you have a lot more options, school options, with regards to schools. Like one of the schools I was waiting for my son to go to in Musanze, there's a long waiting list, so it has waited a long time to get onto that, and the waiting list continues. So one thing that we do need is investors in good quality education in Musanze, because there is a high demand, there is a need, but we just need more investors, like some of you who are watching who may have a background in education and teaching. Then I'd say Musanze definitely needs you to come and invest in Musanze. So hopefully you guys are finding this useful, and if you are, please give me a um, please give me a thumbs up if you're finding it useful. I'd really appreciate that. I have been talking for a while, so I want to leave this moment to give you an opportunity to ask me questions, right? I am here for another 20 minutes, and this is solely for you all who are watching, who need information to help you with your potential transition, relocation journey. So I'm here for you. If no one's asking questions, I'll assume that the information is not useful and that I'm talking too much. So I'll stop talking, and I will end the live. So I'll give you a moment to just think about any questions that you may want to ask. We have Africana Hills in the building saying hello. Hello to you as well. Hope you're doing well. Africana Hills saying, are you living in Musanze? So I have been living at the lake. So I was living at Lake Burera purely because I'm a believer in the fact that if you're building your project, you really need to kind of be there, or be able to check up on it regularly, or have somebody that you trust, that can be accountable. So for me, I was living at Lake Burera for the last 7 months or so, to kind of like just see the project move forward. But yeah, so I guess I don't really have a base, really. I'm all over the shop, because I was in Musanze, then I was in that Lake Burera, and then I've been spending some time in Kigali, and then at some point soon I'll be back in Musanze. So yeah. Are you living in Musanze? Yeah, I guess so. Yes, I'll move back to Musanze at some point, to be closer to my hotel project. Yeah, and then as and when I'll come to Kigali to have maybe some of the diaspora meetup gatherings, and just to meet with a lot of you who are choosing to visit Rwanda and relocate to Rwanda. But again, wherever I am, we can touch base. So if I'm in Kigali, we can touch base. If you're in Musanze, we can touch base. So I'll really try and make that happen. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, I've kind of been all over the shop at the moment, all over the place. Kigali, Musanze, Burera. You know, when you are building your legacy, you know, it may be a requirement for you to be kind of up and down, because, you know, you want your project to be successful, so you have to kind of be there. But also knowing when to kind of pause and have a moment to rest. I do enjoy what I do to the fullest, meeting you guys, building my projects, and you know, but sometimes I do get tired. I think some people don't realize that. They're like, oh, Lady Visionary is a machine, it's fine, you know. But yes, I do get tired. Like, I think it was when was like the day before yesterday. Yeah, one of the diaspora took them down to RDB. I was like, let's go there. I want to make sure you're sorted, and then I just want to go home and rest, because my body was just feeling tired. Just knowing, you know, that okay, this is getting a bit much now. Take time to rest. So it does take a lot out of you, working on your vision, relocating, transitioning, starting from ground zero. It can require a lot of work and can be exhausting, but just recognizing, right, okay, I need to take some time to chill, take some time to rest. And so that's exactly what I did. And even today, today I did get up and do some work this morning, but I thought I'm going to come and speak to you guys, and then spend the rest of the afternoon just chilling, right? I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to meet anyone. Actually, I'm actually going to chill, because I need to recharge. I need to recharge, guys. I need to recharge. Because yeah, you know, it's really great being there for everyone else, but then if you're not strong enough for yourself, then you know, it doesn't make sense. So I'm really trying to look after me, guys. Really trying to look after me. Right, I'm seeing questions. I'm seeing questions. Seeing questions, yay. Okay. Africana Hill saying, great to hear. Keep it up, Lady Visionary. Thank you so much. We need to do better. I just found this channel and I'm considering relocating to Kigali. Did you have a house built? And if so, how do you find a contractor? So I didn't get a house built. I've just been fortunate to meet people on the way. Eventually, I met the right people. Okay, so I didn't have a house built. I just kind of met the right people along the way. But if you want to know more about that, you can email me, projecthealtha@gmail.com. It does take a little bit of, there are some companies that are here. You can even Google them, and then just visit them, visit their projects, what they've done, and then decide where and which contractor you want to go with. But it did take me some time to meet the right people. Yeah. Patricia Hollis is in the building. Have you shown prior footage? Have you shown prior footage of Musanze? So I have created some content on Musanze. So if you go to, I have a folder on YouTube that says Musanze. So if you wanted to kind of have a look at that, to kind of get a little bit of an overview of Musanze, then there is a folder specifically that covers Musanze. I hope I'm answering your question there. Hopefully I'm clear on that question. Francis in the building. Hello, and welcome. So Francis asking, do the Rwandan government has yearly education fair where they invite the diaspora education experts to invest. Not that I know of, but I know that the Rwandan government is investing heavily in education. There's been institutions that have been built. Um, Recently, the pay salary of teachers have been increased, and they are mobilizing teachers from Zimbabwe in the coming weeks to help improve our educational system here in the coming years. Francis is asking, how are you and the family? We're not too bad. We're not too bad. Yeah, we're not too bad. Obviously, we've just launched our business. Very, very exciting times. With all businesses, things are a bit slow, but we continue to promote it. We continue to work hard so that the business can progress. So yeah, I mean, things could be better, but we're not complaining. We're really not complaining. So that's good. That's really good. Yeah. So does anyone have any more questions for me? If not, then I will be rounding up very, very shortly. Patricia Hollis is saying, yeah, yes, thank you, blessings. Thank you so much. Again, if you're new, please make sure you smash the like button. I think someone was saying they're new to the channel. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We need to do better. Just found the channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully, hope you'll enjoy the channel and get other people to subscribe as well. Go ahead and check out the rest of my videos if you haven't already done so. Let me know again which is your favorite video. If you're watching this and you've been on the channel for a while or you're new, let me know if you have a favorite video on my channel. Like, what's your favorite video on my channel? I know a lot of you enjoy like the lakes videos that I've been like posting, and obviously recently launching and showing you all a bit more with regards to my business that I've launched. So a lot of you were obviously quite surprised, but not that surprised because I have been talking about it a lot behind, like on the channel, but not showing the progress. I have been recording, and at some point I will probably show the progress and the development of that project from the ground up. Yeah, at some point, yeah, because I kind of kept it for memory and potentially like just sharing that at some point. So let me know if you'd like to see that video. So I'll put something together which would show how the project had developed over time. Yeah. Any more questions? Any more questions? Did I leave anything out comparing Musanze and Kigali? Yeah, like also I'd like to say, which I have mentioned here on the channel, Kigali has far more options when it comes to housing, far more options. Musanze is extremely limited, like painfully limited with regards to housing. Painfully, Musanze is painfully limited when it comes to housing options. Like it's really painful. But in saying that, there have been more people who are investing in properties and real estate development and so on. But so that's an idea for those of you who may be thinking about investing, like property development specifically in Musanze, like very much needed. Yeah, very much needed. Francis is asking, talking about education, is there a public library in Musanze where you can borrow books to take home? So from what I know, there's no, like, obviously in Kigali, you have a big library here where you can browse and take books home. But I think there was like a small, like a private company that set up some sort of library, a very small library, but there's no like big public library where people can browse books and take that home. So it would be a very good investment area. So yeah, it's very much needed, actually, very much needed. Yeah, so there's no public library. Yeah, in Musanze, there's no public library. There's no public library. Bear with me, guys, as someone is coming to the gate. I'm trying to find out what's going on. Trying to be nosy. Yeah, so there's no public library in Musanze. Scanning my brain, scanning. Yeah, there's no public library. There's someone that started something small, a little library, but that's for children, mainly for children. Yeah, it's for children. Yeah, so quite limited. Yeah. So yeah, if you're thinking about that idea, creating a massive library, my God, that would be so well received. So well received. A library, a massive library with some sort of like cafe or where, you know, yeah, that'd be really good. Yeah, just checking things out. So do you have any last questions? I've got another 10 minutes. Make sure you smash the like button. Guys, you can support with a super chat whenever I'm live, indicated by that $sign, supporting your girl, Lady Visionary, and everything that I'm doing. If you're finding it useful, please support. Even if you just give me a big thumbs up, that is more than enough. Thank you so much. I've got time for one more question, and then I'll be signing out. So, guys, it's been lovely. It's coming up to 4 o'clock here. The sun's gone down, and it's getting a bit of a breeze. So it's quite nice, quite chilled. And I'm just looking out at the garden. Yeah. Trying to work out what's happening. So does anyone have any last questions for me? So yeah, the last point I was making is that, you know, there's a lot less housing options in Musanze, whereas in Kigali, like, yeah, we may be a bit spoiled for choice, a bit. So yeah, I would kind of advise to buy land and build something in Musanze, actually, because yeah, a lot of what's in Musanze is not to our taste, if I'm honest. Ooh, get off my cookie. Right. I have time for one more question, guys. One more question. Today I've just been comparing Musanze to Kigali. For you guys who are thinking about Kigali, Musanze, Lady Visionary, Kigali, Musanze, what other areas? I like Kigali. I want to be able to access services and resources, but actually I'd like to be outside of Kigali, you know. Yeah, what are my options? Yeah. So hopefully you have found this live useful. All right, time for one more question. One more question. I'm sure there's someone out there who has a question. I'll give like another minute for you to, you know, type your question. I'm here. One last question. Anyone coming to Kigali anytime soon? I know someone was saying they're trying to book my Airbnb, I think, but I don't know which one. Please reach out to me, projecthealtha@gmail.com. The email is on screen, so you can email me. Yeah. Email me, and then we'll try and sort that out, whether you're booking for Kigali or the Lake Burera. So reach out to me and we will sort that out for you. Is there anyone that's here, maybe, you know, those of you who are watching now, or perhaps, you know, who'll be watching after the live, are you planning to come to Kigali, Rwanda? What are your plans? Are you looking at Rwanda as a potential option? Are you looking at another country, whether it be Ghana, Tanzania, Gambia? Yeah. I know quite a number of you have reached out to me. Quite a number of you are planning to visit Rwanda this month and in the coming months. and even up to like next year. So it'll be great to connect with you. Just reach out to me, projecthealtha@gmail.com. Yeah, so Francis is saying, please can you talk a bit more about the Zimbabwean teacher project? So it is a government, it's something that the Rwandan government is working on, as I said, to improve the educational system here in Rwanda, right? We have got issues around, I guess, teachers. They have to try to address that by increasing the salary, so giving more of an incentive to the current teachers who are here. So that's mainly Rwandans, giving them almost 100% increase in their salaries. Because here in Rwanda, I think, you know, in some areas, the teaching salary can start from about $50. So there has been almost 100% increase in teacher salary. So people are, that's what being well received. But also Rwanda wants to, you know, really improve its education system and really improve in terms of literacy. Right now, Rwanda is on a literacy rate of 73%, so there's still a lot of work still to be done. So yeah, I think there's over 400 teachers coming from Zimbabwe. That's a project obviously designed by the government to try and, you know, propel Rwandans for the future. And we also have different programs like universities and schools that are being built to accommodate the rising demand for better education, right? Which is one of like the millennium goals for that Rwanda is working towards. So I don't know too much, but I know that there's things that are being done to just, you know, build Rwanda, to just continue to build on Rwanda's existing foundation. And education is so important. Education is one of the most powerful tools that can change the world. That is coming from not myself, but, you know, the late Nelson Mandela. So what you can really see here in Rwanda is that, you know, the government is really working and preparing for a better future for the Rwandan people. So it's looking quite positive, quite positive. And as I said, the government actively engages and is really laying down some foundations that's going to propel Rwanda forward, all being well. So I will, Francis, I will, as I learn more, as things develop, I definitely will come on here and share. Last night we had our a little diaspora gathering here in Kigali, which is really nice. We had a good turnout. We had a lot of diasporans originally from Zimbabwe, which is really nice. We were here connecting, eating, laughing, sharing, and it was just a really great evening. So to everyone who came out to that, thank you so much. Really appreciate, you know, you coming out and also sharing with us. That was really good, and we had a really great time. So whenever I put together an event, I will share it out. It was last minute. That meeting yesterday was really last minute, and I was like, you know, but better late than never, because some of the people are just visiting, and I know soon the time will go by so quickly. So it's something that I organized quickly to try and help out the diasporans who are here visiting and would like to connect with people who have been here, and would like to learn a bit more that's going to help them. So thank you guys so much. I've really appreciated your time. Thank you so much for being with me. You could be somewhere else, but you chose to be with me. So thank you so much. Don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And don't forget to, don't forget to continue supporting my journey. Thank you so much. And I'll see you again in the next one, guys. Take care and have a good day wherever you are.